What's up, guys? It's Seth. I'm gonna be doing an updated level 65. Hold on, let me stop getting coordinated. Level 65 fire PvP guide. And deck. So be excited for that. Let's get started. So for the stats overview, I have 87 damage, 50 resist across the board, 19 accuracy, 184 crit, 142 block, and 17 armor piercing, which is the big part about this setup. And I'll show you an alternate setup that you can do for a bit less pierce, but it's still really good. 70 power pip, which can be a bit spotty at times. And I'm 67-33 right now, so an okay record. Onto the guide, we have the Waterworks hood. It gives resist, accuracy, basically important stuff for fire, which is why you should use it. Fire Thrower's cape, it gives block, resist, accuracy. It's just a good overall cape. And lastly, we have the Warlord's boots for level 50, because they give a ton of resist and block, which is nice. And basically what you want. And I got a whole bunch of these while I was going for other stuff. The wands, I'm using the Aquilian Charioteer wand, which is from the New Immortals pack, which I used all my crowns on. But basically it gives like spells and good wands and stuff. You can also use the Staff of the Flashing Blades if for the power pip and accuracy, but it takes a bit, like, I like the pierce because it's really overpowered. Then the Duelist Fatal Razor, obviously, you got the 3 pierce tools and you're good to go. Gives a lot of resist, nice crit. Power pip is good too. I have a Life Mastery Amulet because you're gonna want to use your life to spells and satyrs, so that's pretty important to have. The Duelist Daredevil Ring is obvious again, because I had this before, and it's not bad. It gives a lot of power pip, but the Daredevil Ring gives almost 100 more health, 75 to be exact, more block, damage, pierce, and outgoing when you want to heal, which is great. The pet is actually a failed pet I have, but it got a selfish talent at Mega, of course, where it gives me more agility. So, I just got the proof up to 11, because why wouldn't I? And all is good. So I'm using that, and it gives me a solid 50 resist, which is nice to have, because you can tank Ifrits and other lore masters like nothing. It's great. But at the same time, another damage would be nice. And I have a whole bunch of armaments and stuff too. The deck, I just have a tier socketed deck from Zafari. It doesn't really matter what you have. Triangle would be nice if you could get the triangle deck, but it's not, the deck's not that big of a deal. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what actual cards I put in my deck. So here's a nice setup. Stun block, because that can make or break a game, and it's very important to have. Power shield, storm and fire shields, basically because you see a lot of fires up in the high rank. Life spells, very important, especially when you're going first against some scumbag or something who just heals in sanctuaries the entire time. It's so fun to use against them, and when you can call them out. One pixie when I don't need to heal that much or need to get an infection off. I might put some sprites in later or something. This is working well for me right now. 4 satyrs for your bigger heals, and 5 brimstones, because you want to have that good damage. It can do like 690 damage or something like that for 4 pips when it's enchanted, and it leaves a trap for your future spells, which is great. 3 Ifrits, because I don't rely on just using Ifrit a lot just to get the damage on, but it's really good to have a few of, and it's either good for high damage, or just to give that weakness if they're about to kill you. Fire elves for getting shields off and getting off weaknesses and stuff, good. I only have a couple fire blades. Basically I don't use fire blades a lot because I'd rather just do damage to my actual hits, but they're good to have occasionally. I'm actually going to take one out for a sprite. We'll try that setup for now. Basically because, fire blades, I have one for my pet too, so that's 3 fire blades still. And, you don't need them that much, but they're good to have sometimes when you just want a blade for the actual damage. 3 cramp, it's kind of like Lore Master, except worse. It's basically all to say about it. It's great for weaknesses. or your accuracy weaknesses, I guess. Black mantles. 4 burning rampages, obviously, if you want to kill the guys who use a lot of set shields. Burning rampage into brimstone, and you're good to go. That almost kills everybody. I only have one wildfire, and it's basically just for when people are, you know, messing with your global effects, and you just kind of want to tell them to like stop. So you do that and make them waste a turn putting it back up while you can set for something. Infallible is not that important for when you have like your pure setup and stuff, but it's nice to have sometimes in the accuracy, especially because you don't have perfect accuracy, so that's a good spell to have too. Your infection, that's a very important spell to have, actually. Like you basically need that one if you're not gonna have a life to spell. And weaknesses. For the treasure cards, I have 3 stuns in. Stun blocks because you want to get those really badly, and 5 tower shields, so you can draw them. A lot of times I don't though, I'm just kind of unlucky, I guess. 2 light dispels. These ones are actually cloaked because I'm a bit of a scumbag. It's not that big of a deal if you don't cloak yours. 3 satyrs for the more healing. Even when I draw all 3 in a row on the first turn, which I mean is always great to have, but they're important to have in some situations. Extras. Triage for when people use Skeletal Dragon or Burning Rampage. Some people carry like 19 of these, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you don't need 19, but I have one here just for fun. Some brims. This one's a bad brim actually, so let's find a good brim. Here we go. 2 Ifrits for when you need to draw them on your side. I have 3 Krampuses. Those are just basically extra hits, which can basically be replaced with brims if you want them to, but I like to have them in for the accuracy if you're facing like a high level storm or something. Usually the high levels have pretty bad stats, but yeah, good to have in sometimes. Burning Rampage, of course, too, because it's like one of the most overpowered spells that you have. Probably the most overpowered spell that you have. And I'm in the middle of crafting Hephaestus, so expect a video on that soon because it'll be fun. 4 amber, which I probably have like in all my other characters or something, and 9 treasure cards, which hopefully I can get some more from friends in the bazaar. That'd be nice. So yeah, expect that soon. It should be pretty fun to have, maybe as 1 or 2, because it gives a bubble and might be nice to use occasionally. That's basically what I have for you guys today, so have a fun, safe day, and hopefully you guys all make level 65 fires for PvP because it's super fun, and with this guide, you can be as overpowered as you like, so see you guys next time.